friends, welcome to Plantmas Day 2. In today's video, I'm migrating into the second week of December in my bullet journal. I thought it might be interesting for some of you to see my typical process in migrating from one weekly to the next. This is something that I've done in a few live streams with my patrons and sort of explained my thought process, but I've never actually talked through the process on my YouTube channel, so I thought this might be a great opportunity. I also wanted to feature this weekly specifically because I did some watercolor paintings that a lot of you asked about and wanted to see the process, so that will be included in this video as well. So for week 2, I wanted to do yet another faux Dutch door rolling weekly. I will link the video explaining in detail how a rolling weekly works. If you are not familiar, I highly recommend watching that video, but I always start off just by setting up the headers of my weekly and folding that center page in half. So I typically will write the week and the dates of that week on the top left-hand corner of the first page, and then on the last page on the top right-hand corner, I'll write tasks, and I'll also write out my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday headers, the little bullet for the bullet column, and then a line across. That's sort of my typical initial setup. And then I'll also go in and add the little day of the week headers with the date. Yoda decided that I needed her help, so she came to visit. Once I've finished all of the headers, I will either go into the decoration part of the weekly if I am so inclined, or if I'm a bit busier and I just don't have time to spend on the artwork, I will skip doing any of that and I'll just go right into setting up the weekly. So because I had a little more time this day, I decided to do some paintings in this weekly. So that's what I'm going to show you very quickly now. The basic concept of this was just to create a little sliver of a night sky that I wanted to be visible no matter how the weekly was folded. So I started by painting the full image on the last page, and I'm again using a mix of ultramarine and Payne's Gray, which are Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors. I have them in tubes. All the supplies I use will be linked in the description box. As always, in all of my videos, I always link all of my supplies for you. So I'm mixing those two colors together and applying it directly to the page. As you can see, I put a sheet of paper towel behind the paper just in case I applied a bit too much water. I just didn't want it to make any of the other pages wet. But this is really just a precaution because the Scribbles That Matter coated paper can take quite a bit of water without any sort of bleeding. I left that paint to dry for a little bit, and then I came back and folded the Dutch door in one direction and repainted that end section so that it would line up perfectly when it was folded. Once that was done, I left that little section to dry and came back the next morning and folded it the other direction and did the exact same thing, painted that beginning section of the sliver of sky, again trying to make it line up the best that I could. Once that part was painted, I fully opened the center little sleeve so that I could paint the end of this painting so that it wouldn't just be a weird half section of a painting when the page was fully open. I decided to go with a slightly different shape just so it would be a little more interesting. I also used a tiny bit of paint on my paintbrush to highlight the headers. I really like the look of this. I did this for the first time last month on one of my spreads, and I really liked the effect. I'm doing the same thing on the other side of this center page, just completing the painting so it doesn't look weird when the page is open, and again, leaving all of the paint to dry. Once it's dry, I'm going in with my white gouache, pretty wet on a small brush, and flicking it over the page to get a smattering of stars. And then I'm also going in with my white gel pen to add a few larger stars in very specific areas that I felt I wanted them. And I went back and forth a few times till I was happy with the stars. So that is how I achieved those paintings, and it's really fun that no matter how I fold that center page, the painting always lines up. So now it's time for the actual migration of my tasks into the weekly. If you watched the How to Be Productive in Your Bullet Journal video I made a few months back, I explained that I typically like to assign one primary task for a day and 3 secondary tasks for every day. I kind of use this as a way to try to limit how many tasks I give myself in a day so that I don't overwhelm myself and then beat myself up if I don't get everything done. I have a tendency to assign far too many tasks to a day than are even humanly possible to complete. So this kind of helps me to stop doing that a little bit. So every single day gets a primary task, and that's what I write on that first line. And then I will also assign 3 secondary tasks on the next 3 lines. You can see they're in a little bracket, and if in a day I complete my primary task and my 3 secondary tasks, I treat that as a successful day, and this has helped me be more productive and also be less hard on myself for getting done as much as I can get done in a day. So typically I will start by assigning any tasks that I know for sure are going to be a primary or secondary task for a specific day. Usually this will include publishing a specific video on a Wednesday or Saturday typically, although during Plantmas it's every day. It will also include filming if I know I need to film on a specific day, or an event. For example, Saturday I am going to, well, once I'm recording this voiceover, I have gone to Amanda Rach Lee's pop-up shop event here in Toronto. She invited me to come along, which was very kind of her, and I had a really good time. So that was sort of my primary task for Saturday because I knew that would take up the majority of my Saturday. Once I've written out anything that is on the top of my mind that I know is going to be a primary or secondary task on a specific day, I will start adding tasks to my task list. Typically, I will start with videos I'm working on and any other work-related tasks that I know I have to get done. At this point, I will do a lot of flipping back and forth between my previous task list from the week before and my current task list I'm setting up, so I know that I don't miss anything. I can migrate any tasks I didn't complete over or that are only partially complete. This is also a good time to cancel any tasks, eliminate tasks that I'm realizing I just don't have time to get to or are not that important. It's also a good time to delegate tasks that maybe I've had to migrate one too many times to someone else who maybe could get it done faster. This is the perfect time to do a little week in review, go over all of the tasks, cross off things that I finished that I forgot to cross off, all of that good stuff, and create a new weekly task list. Once I have my weekly task list all written out and I've made sure I've checked every single task from the previous week, I will start moving more tasks into my dailies. A lot of the time I'll start with just really planning out Sunday and maybe Monday and leaving it at that. And then once I get into the week and I see how things are going, if I'm getting ahead of schedule, if I'm behind, that can help me determine what tasks I should assign for the remainder of the week. But it really depends. Sometimes I want to sit down and plan the entire week, especially if I'm going to be really busy and I have a lot of deadlines. Sometimes I like to play it fast and loose and just set up one day at a time. It kind of depends on my mood and what's going on in my life. I also mentioned in my productivity video that I really like to use daily timelines for days that I'm busier. So usually for this, I'll just write out the hours of the day in the lower section of the dailies, and then I will literally plan out what I'm going to do every hour of the day. This can help when I'm busier just to keep me on track and make sure I'm not wasting time on tasks that I should be able to do faster. And it doesn't always work. I typically take longer to do tasks than I think I will when I'm planning. But I do find this helps a lot, especially because I tend to get distracted and I tend to kind of get in a zone and spend way too long on a task because I just get really into it and I lose track of time. So this is really helpful for me and is one of the primary reasons why I like this faux Dutch door version of the Rolling Weekly, because it gives me so much more room that I am actually able to do this daily timeline as opposed to my 2-page version where there just really isn't enough space to do that kind of a setup. So that is how I migrate from one weekly to the next in my bullet journal. I hope this was interesting. I hope it was helpful for you if you are curious how I approach it. I'm interested to know if you approach migrating from one weekly to the next in a similar way. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know in the comments what kind of videos you want to see from me in the new year, what kind of bullet journaling videos. I want to continue to make more videos that focus on the productivity aspect of it, the actual practical usage of a bullet journal. So I would love to know what kind of topics you'd want me to cover in 2020. Thank you so much for watching Plantmas Day 2. I hope you spotted the special word of the day. And I will see you in tomorrow's video, which is Plantmas Day 3, and it's a really exciting announcement, so you're definitely gonna want to watch that one. I'm super excited. So that's it for this video. Before I go away, I want to quickly thank my patrons for their support. Thank you so much. Without you, I don't think I would have been able to go full time. Your support means everything to me, and I really appreciate the friendship that I'm developing with so many of you. If you at home want to join the squad, feel free. We would absolutely adore to have you. You can click the link in the description box or in the card to check it out and see if it's something you might be interested in. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow in my next one. Bye, friends.